and then it's awkwardly silent.
Okay. Hey guys, we are headed to dinner, and so I'm gonna tell you guys about the horrible story of our first date. Anthony is a little camera shy, so it'll just be me telling the story. Okay, so we're gonna start. First of all, background information. This is our first date, but we're going on a double date because I was 14, he was 16. My parents were not gonna let us go on a date by ourselves. So that's what happens when you have strict parents. So we're going to the Rough Riders game. One of his teammates, yes. What? You were 15? No, you turned 16 that February. Okay.
But whatever.
Well,
go ahead. Don't put that in there.
Okay. I'm not supposed to put that in there. So, I was 14 for sure. I believe you were 16, but maybe 15, whatever. And so one of his teammates who had actually like kind of set us up, because I was friends with this girl named Hannah, and she was on my team. She was dating Chad. Chad was one of Anthony's teammates. So they set us up, and so we're gonna go on a double date with them, and we're going to the Rough Riders game. And yeah, I had never dated a guy, nothing. Either had Anthony, so this was like really new for us. We were nervous. So the boys go to the bathroom, and they were taking forever, and me and Hannah are like, what is taking so long? And they come back, and Chad told Hannah, because they had just first started dating, hey, I didn't know what kind of ice cream you like, so I just got you a scoop of vanilla. And of course she's like, oh, thank you, you know, whatever, really sweet. And I look over, and Anthony was like, yeah, I didn't know what kind of ice cream you liked, so I just got you everything. He literally put the whole sundae bar in one cup, and I was like, my man. You know what? He could have just been simple and been like, here's a scoop of vanilla, but instead, you know, he loaded it up. Okay, so anyways, so the game ends, the Rough Riders won. Okay, so we're walking back to the car, and we get in the car, and we're driving back, and so me and Anthony are in the back, because Chad was older and he drove us. And, this was the time, it was in 2014, this was the time that All of Me by John Legend had just like, it was like super popular, always on the radio. You remember that, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so it came on the radio, and so we're like singing. I can't sing, but I think I can sing. And so I leaned my head on Anthony's shoulder, and like that was a big move for me. Like I had never like had a boyfriend, nothing, so like to lean my head on his shoulder, you know, like, hey, I like you. Well, we get to my house, and Chad's gonna drop me off, and I go to say goodbye to Anthony, and so like I go to hug him, and he gives me a hug, and I'm like, okay, bye, thanks guys. So I start to leave, and then Anthony was like, wait, hold on, and he like grabbed me. Well, he was leaning in for a kiss, and I was terrified. I was like, oh my god. So I literally, I am so like, to this day, so embarrassed. I pushed him away and was like, no, and I like took off running into my house. And I'm like, wow, Taylor, you really screwed that one up. But, you know, Anthony being just such a quality guy, he had immediately like texted me when I got back into the house, and like looked at my phone, and he was like, I'm so sorry, like I didn't want to pressure you into anything, like, you know, like if you don't, like if you're not ready for that, like that's totally fine, which like spoke a lot about him. But yeah, so basically he tried to kiss me after the first date. I didn't know that I was like, that's where we were going. And my first date ended up me pushing him away and running away from him kissing me. So that is our horrible first date story, but it's worked out pretty well. We're about to celebrate 4 years. All right, bye guys, thanks for listening.